How I use Greenscreen to change out my backdrop settings. 1. Find a green screen photo of your choice backdrop. 2. Put your dolls in the green screen backdrop. 3. This is the result of your dolls in the green screen backdrop. The reason why I'm sharing this with you is because in the past people asked me how I changed out my doll backdrops, and I do use green screen. You can also use blue screen, white screen, red screen, pink screen. You can do that, but there is a process behind it, and I do like to play up with different backdrops besides always building my doll rooms, because sometimes that can be a bit much. There are many different images or backgrounds that you can choose from, so you can just have so much fun and play with it. First, I found a car that was already in a green screen backdrop. 2. I put my doll in the car in the green screen backdrop. 3. Now you see I have my doll in the green screen backdrop, and now it's in the backdrop that I wanted him to be in, and now he's driving. And guys, using green screens to create backdrops for your dolls or your doll show, this is just basically using virtual doll sets. When you don't have the time to really build up doll rooms yourself, you can create it through the computer. Just that simple. Maybe it's not that simple because you got to search and find stuff that fits, and you have to do a lot of editing. Now, as you can see, I'm on my computer desktop, and you can see I'm in my computer software, and you must have a software and computer software. My software is called Power Director 16. So one of the first things you can see here, if you look closely, this is my timeline, and this is where I showed you how I changed out my backdrop for my doll sets or my doll rooms, whatever you want to call it. So one of the first things you need to have to do green screen is a green screen. On my program, my software, you look here, it says media content. I go to media content, and I go to color boards. Then I find a green screen board, which is this one, which I'll take this one and I'm going to put it into the timeline. So I'm going to grab it, and now it's in the timeline, because you want a really nice bright and green screen backdrop. Okay, now let's just say I'll go back to color boards, click on the arrow to drop down box, and click back on my media content, because now I want to work with this. Now let's see, I'll show you how I did it. Okay, let's see which one I can use. Let's take this for instance right here. You see it on the screen? Okay, here's the bridge, so I'm going to move it into the timeline. Sometimes I grab the wrong one. I'm going to move the bridge into the timeline, which basically is like a whole file, because it's showing me that I can hit. Okay, I thought I could hit the play button. There is no play button. But now what I need is, actually I didn't need to use this backdrop right here, this green, because this is already in the green backdrop, as you can see, because we want to change it out. Excuse me, let me cancel that. We want to change this out and put something behind it, right? So let's see what it could be. What can we choose? You gotta have a photo. Let's look in the timeline, not the timeline. Let's look in here and see what we have. Sometimes my computer is rotating, so you see the blue circles rotating. Okay, now it stopped. Let me see, can I move this? I'm going to remove the recorder down. Okay, so what we're looking for is something we can use to put in the backdrop of this bridge. So I would say something that looks like water. I'm looking for a photo. I will take this one. For instance, this picture right here, I think that would look nice, so I'm going to grab it and I'm I'm gonna put it here. Oops, no, right here. Just to show you a demonstration. So now what I gotta do is I have to click into this green backdrop. I'm gonna go to designer, click the drop box, click on PIP designer. Now I have to go to chroma key. Just follow my little white arrow, chroma key. Then I'm gonna click on the little eyedropper, and then I'm gonna click the green area, right? Because remember, I'm changing the backdrop. So now as you can see, I changed it and I gave it like the sky with the water. And let's see what it looks like if I hit play, how it looks, if it looks clear enough. But it looks good. So I'm gonna hit OK. And now it's changed. Now let's just say I want to put like my dolls into this backdrop, right? Like make it look like they're standing on this bridge. I can grab any one of these, as you can see in the timeline. So I'll grab this one, and I'm going to put it here on the bottom so that I can add them into the scene. Okay, so I go back to designer, PIP designer, back to chroma key, eyedropper, and then click it. Click on the green. And now as you can see, it looks like my dolls are on the bridge. Now they look slightly big, you know, you can move them over however you feel it looks good to you, right? The first thing I want to do is make sure that it's a little clear on this side. It looks a little fuzzy, so let's see if we can fix it. So I'm going to go to edge sharpness. You see the edge sharpness took out the blurriness, so let's go to edge sharpness. So as you can see, it took it out. That looks pretty good. Sometimes tolerance of luminance might work. Take it out. And so far so good. It looks clear to me. And let's hit play. Let's see what it looks like. And that's a pretty decent clear photo of the backdrop. And that is how you can change your dolls out into a photo. You have to have some type of software, some type of computer software. So I'm gonna hit OK. That is how you do green screen. So just follow these steps that you were shown, and I hope this video can help many of you. See you next time. Bye.